Hi, this is JP from Not the Lights Over Arkham. Welcome to another Arkham Horror LCG playthrough, and this time we are playing the Chapter 2 core set with Dexter Drake. I already made a video of me building the deck for Dexter, so if you want to check that out, I'll put a link up here so you can check the video out if you haven't seen it already. So we are going to play through the core set campaign, which is the Brethren of Ash, and we have set up the scenario here. The scenario is three-parter, like the old core set had, and we are starting from scenario 1, Spreading Flames. So I'll just read the introduction text. So, Scenario 1, Spreading Flames. Strange things are afoot in the city of Arkham. A recent spate of fires and grisly accidents have the entire city on edge. While the Arkham Advertiser has offered a few flimsy explanations, you and your associates are not so sure. Robed figures have been sighted near these odd happenings, and your mutual friend is convinced they are to blame. You are to meet at your friend's dormitory at Miskatonic University to try and get to the bottom of things. However, when you arrive, your friend's room is empty and the dormitories are strangely quiet. So, we are playing this true solo with only one deck, and we are playing on standard difficulty. If you are new to Arkham Horror LCG, I suggest go watch a video that will teach how this game functions. This won't be a tutorial video on how to play the game. This will be a spoiler playthrough of the campaign, so I am not censoring any story spoilers. I'm just playing it as it is, and we'll go from there. So be warned, if you want to experience this blind, play it through first by yourself, and that's the only spoiler warning I will do from going forward. So we have keywords and concepts here. So a new keyword is Doomed, and Doomed is a keyword ability when an enemy with the Doomed keyword is defeated either by an investigator or a scenario effect. Place one Doom on the current agenda. This effect can cause the current agenda to advance. An effect that discards an enemy is not considered to defeat that enemy and does not trigger the Doomed keyword. So the other keywords in this scenario are listed also here. So we have Hunter, Peril, Prey, Retaliate, and Search, which are old staples, at least most of them are, and that is it. So we have set up the scenario. Let's go through the agenda and act cards next. So past curfew. The campus is strangely quiet and there is no sign of your friend. Hooded figures cross the quad as nervous students scurry under painfully bright street lamps. Action Parlay Test Book 2. If you succeed, discard a bystander enemy at your location, and we have a 3 Doom threshold. Where there's smoke. You are searching the dormitories for any sign of your friend. Objective at the end of the round, investigators may spend the requisite clues as a group to advance. And we need 2 clues. So that is everything I wanted to go before we start, so without further delay, let's get started. Okay, and we are ready to start, so first off we will draw our opening hand. Before that, we have 2 clues and 2 shroud on your friend's room location, which is the only location in play at the moment. And there is an action, engage. Choose an enemy at a connecting location. That enemy moves to this location and engages you. This action does not provoke attacks of opportunity. No idea why would I ever use that, but might be some situations you want to use that at some point. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards. Broken Bottle, we mulligan the Necronomicon. Cloak of Resonance, Will of the Cosmos, Lucky Cigarette Case, and Guts. I don't think we will need Guts or Broken Bottle. Okay, I'm just mulliganing the Broken Bottle, so emergency cash. We really need to find a asset spell sooner than later, but we'll see. Okay, so we are ready to start. So I think, let's see, just to remind myself, our abilities after you play an asset, either return another non-story asset you control to your hand or play a different asset from your hand, paying its cost, limit 1 per round. And the Elder Sign effect is +1, you may return a non-story asset at your location to its owner's hand. So I might as well set up here, so I'll play the Lucky Cigarette Case and use the trigger to play the Cloak of Resonance to have more soak. I'll, as a second action, play the Emergency Cash to get 3 more resources. And last action, I will just draw a card. We need to find some way to get clues other than the Will of the Cosmos, because we are only getting 1 clue with it. And that is everything for the first round, so we go to the upkeep, second site, that's great, and we gain a resource. And we'll go to the Mythos phase, we add 1 Doom. First encounter card of the game is Mutated, test willpower 2. This test gets +2 difficulty if there is an enemy at your location. If you fail, you must either take 2 damage or each investigator at your location takes 1 horror. I will just going to test this 5 versus 2. Actually, we might want to commit Guts to this test, so we succeed by 2 or more and get more cards. So I'm going to commit Guts here. So we are 7 versus 2. Elder Sign, you may return a non-story asset at your location to its owner's hand. I won't be doing that, but I will use the Lucky Cigarette Case to draw a card. We will also draw a card from the Guts. And that was the Mythos phase. So first action, we'll play second site. We will put some charges on it, and we will investigate your friend's room. So we are investigating 5 versus 2. It is an elder thing. It is -3 if you fail by 2 or more. Draw the topmost copy of fire in the encounter discard pile if able. We succeed. We didn't reveal cultist token. I'll spend 1 resource to discover 1 additional clue, so we'll get these 2 clues. And lastly, we will play emergency cash to get 3 more resources for next round. And at the end of the round we will advance. So we'll draw 1 card and gain a resource. And at the end of the round we will spend these 2 clues to advance. There's fire. So you find your friends that a satchel scotch with stylized emblem of an open palm. Wherever your friend is, you imagine they didn't go willingly. As you turn to leave, you are confronted by a masked figure wraithed in flame. As the room erupts into flames around you, they let out a chilling wail. Discard each enemy in play, put the set-aside dormitories and Miskatonic Quad locations into play, spawn the set-aside Servant of Flame enemy at the dormitories. Attach 1 set-aside copy of fire to your friend's room, place each other set-aside copy of fire in the encounter discard pile. So we will put the dormitories and Miskatonic Quad into play. I'll use these connection locators. I'll put 1 fire onto my friend's room, and these go into the encounter discard pile. And we put the Servant of Flame into play. I think that's everything we needed to do. I think that's everything. We have Act 2A, escape the dorms. A burning operation stands between you and the exit. You must escape the dormitories. Objective: if each undefeated investigator is at Miskatonic Quad, advance. Hint: sometimes it is better to run than to fight. Okay, so we have the Servant of Flame enemy here. 4 fight, 5 health, 4 evade, humanoid elite, hunter, prey, lowest agility, retaliate, and 2 damage and 2 horror, and you can get 2 victory if you defeat him. Okay, let's see. We'll go to the next mythos phase, so we add a doom. Encounter card is Unspeakable Truths. Put Unspeakable Truths into play in your threat area. Limit 1 per investigator. After you discover 1 or more clues, take 1 horror. Discard Unspeakable Truths. Okay, well, that isn't that bad. So I think we have a good chance at evading the Servant of Flame with the Soul Link. So we'll do that. We will move to the dormitories. Or actually, if we move, evade, move. Okay, I think that's our plan. I was thinking if I would have wanted to pull the Servant of Flame back here, but we'll just move out of here. So we'll move to the dormitories first action. 3 shroud, 1 clue, action, heal 1 damage and 1 horror. Limit once per game. And the Servant of Flame engages us. I'll play Soul Link risk or commit solving to this evasion test. We are evading 6 versus 4. And then as an additional cost to commit solving, take 1 horror. And I'm saving the Cloak of Resonance here, so I'm not using it. I'll explain in a moment, but we are testing 6 versus 4. And skull is -X, X is the current act number, so it is -2. So we barely succeed, but we still succeed. So the Servant of Flame is evaded. We didn't get to trigger a lucky cigarette case. Last action we'll move to the Miskatonic Quad. And it is 1 shroud, 0 clues, fast triggered ability during your turn. If there are exactly 1 or 2 investigators in the game, move to a connecting location, group limit once per round. And if each undefeated investigator is at Miskatonic Quad, advance. In the open, you emerge from the dormitories, lungs bursting into the crisp autumn evening. Looking behind, there is no trace of your pursuer. You remember your friend planned to consult Miskatonic University's head librarian, Dr. Henry Armitage. He may be able to help you understand what's going on. Search all in play and all out of play areas for the Servant of Flame, heal all damage from them, and set them aside out of play. Discard each enemy in play, discard all tokens and attachments from your friend's room, and remove it from the game. Put each remaining set-aside location on Library, Science Hall, Warren Observatory into play. So this goes into the discard, this goes out of play. We set this guy out of play, and we put these locations into play. And I'll scooch these over a bit. So we will put on Library up here, Warren Observatory here, and Science Hall here. Really doesn't matter where they are. They're all connected to this one. And that is our turn. We still can do the free move from here. So I'm using this ability and go into the Science Hall. 2 shroud, 1 clue, 1 victory point. First, after you discover 1 or more clues at Science Hall, choose and discard 1 card from your hand. Oh well. No enemies will go to upkeep. We draw, paint the town red, and gain a resource. We'll go to the next round. We add a doom, so the agenda advances. Smoke on the wind. The wind carries the scent of smoke from across campus. A plume of flame rises from a nearby building. In player order, each investigator tests willpower 3. Each investigator who fails takes 1 horror. And I doubt I will be needing this, but it has an agility icon which could prove useful. So I'm testing 5 versus 3. And if we fail, we fail. If we succeed, we succeed. It is only a -1, so nothing bad happens from that. And we have lit up. So the sky glows a faint orange as the flames spread. Action parlay. Test book 2 if you succeed. Discard a bystander enemy at your location, and we have the 5 doom threshold for this agenda. We draw an encounter card. Limit 1 per investigator, so this whiffs. And for this round, I think I will just get rid of this. I'll do an investigate with the second sight. 5 versus 2. Zero. We can trigger our lucky secret case. We don't need to spend a charge because there's only one clue here. So we find Cosmic Flame, and we'll discard the Cloak of Resonance. We don't need 2 copies of that. So that was a quick round. So we go to upkeep, we draw manual dexterity, gain a resource, no enemies, so we'll go to the next round. We add a doom. Encounter card for this round is Wild Compulsion. Revelation test willpower 3. For each point you fail by, you must either discard 1 card at random from your hand or lose 1 resource. I'm just going to test this 5 versus 3. I have some spare resources to spend. 0 will trigger our lucky secret case and get guts, and that is passed. Okay, we'll move here, we'll spend the action here to move here. Force round, 1 clue, double action, draw 3 cards, limit once per game. I doubt we need that. Before we do anything else, I will play down Cosmic Flame. Now we are ready to fight if needed. And oh yeah, I forgot to read this. So searching for Dr. Armitage. Your friend has mentioned visiting the head librarian, Dr. Henry Armitage. With more and more strange figures arriving, you must scour the campus for his whereabouts. Objective: at the end of the round, investigators at Orne Library may spend the requisite clues as a group to advance. Okay, I'll take a backseat here. So rather than going to the last location we need to go, I'll go to the Warren Observatory first. So 3 shroud, 1 clue. After you discover 1 or more clues at this location, draw 1 card. So let's pretend we didn't go here yet. I will use the second sight to investigate for my last action. I am investigating 5 versus 3. Skull is -3, so we fail. And nothing happens from the skull, so that's good at least. But that is that round. No enemies will go to upkeep. We draw Prestidigitation. Nothing to use it with now, but it is what it is. It has some good icons at least. We gain a resource. We add a doom. Encounter card for this round is Canter of Flame. So first enemy we can really deal with. So let's fight this guy first. So I'm going to use Cosmic Flame to fight that guy. I will commit the paint the town red for this test. So we are 6 versus 2. So just to go through this, Canter of Flame is 2 fight, 2 health, 2 evade and retaliate. keyworded enemy with 1 damage per hit. Okay, so we are hitting 6 versus 2. -1. We will use 1 charge from the Cosmic Flame to defeat that enemy. And we will draw a card with the Lucky Cigarette case, and it is Olivier Bishop. And I will actually play Olivier because Olivier gives us an extra move each round. That will save us a lot of time. So now we will investigate. I will not fail this time, so I will commit guts to the test. So using second sight, so we are 7 versus 3. It is a skull, so -3, so we still succeed. And during your turn, okay, first we'll draw a card. Jim Culver, the other ally. During your turn, exhaust Olivier Bishop. Move to a connecting location. Okay, I'm just double checking because I think our turn is already over. So do we have a slot? Okay, let's say that I will grim rule this, that I don't have a lightning bolt window to use Olivier this round. So I'll use it next round. So we'll end our investigator phase here. We'll regain our actions and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards in hand. We'll add a Doom. Encounter card for this round is Extraplanar Visions. Test the willpower of intellect X, where X is the number of cards in your hand. If you fail, take 1 damage and discard 1 card at random from your hand. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards in my hand. So we could go 6 versus 5, because now we have 5 cards in our hand. Yeah, I'm trying that, so I'm 6 versus 5 here. +1, we actually succeeded in that. And we actually succeeded by 2, so I get to trigger my Lucky Cigarette case, which is great. First, I will, during my turn, move here with Olivier. Then I will move here. We want to get this clue before we do anything else. I will investigate using the second sight here. We are 5 versus 3. 0. We'll grab this clue. We'll move here and then we will move here as our last action. So Olivier, free move, investigate, move. So that's 3. So we can do our upkeep and spend the requisite number of clues here to read the backside of Act 3. The Servant Unleashed. You find Dr. Armitage barricaded in one of Orne Library's lecture halls. Some of campus have been acting strange lately, your friend among them. But all of that can wait. We must confront our pursuer and stop them before the entire campus burns. Dr. Armitage says, Put the set-aside deck to Henry Armitage's story asset into play under any investigator's control. He does not take up an ally slot during this scenario. Put the set-aside Servant of Flame enemy into play at Miskatonic Quad. Place 3 clues per investigator on Miskatonic Quad. The lead investigator must search the encounter deck and discard pile for 1 copy of fire and draw them. Shuffle the encounter deck if it was searched. So we know all the fires are here, so I'll grab 1 from there. The Servant of Flame spawns here. We put 3 clues here. So place 3 clues, find Dr. Henry Armitage. So Dr. Henry Armitage is a 3-cost ally with which gives you +1 willpower and +1 intellect. The first action you perform each round does not provoke attacks of opportunity and doesn't take up an ally slot. So we'll put him here. And we draw the fire, so it is there. So we haven't read the fire yet, so I'll read it now because now it is more relevant. So attach fire to the nearest location without fire attached force when the investigation phase ends. Each non-elite card withheld at this location takes 1 direct damage. And that also means enemies, except elite enemies. And action test will agility 3. If you succeed, discard fire. So we're not really good at getting rid of fire with Dexter. Okay, so we'll regain our actions. We draw a card. Cosmic Flame, we gain a resource, and we add a Doom and get Noxious Smoke. Test Willpower or Agility 3, take 1 damage for each point you fail by. I really don't want to fail this at all. I doubt we have time to play Jim Culver anymore, so I'm committing these 2 to the test. Maybe not. Okay, I'm testing. Actually, we get +1 from Henry Armitage, so we are testing. There should be 1 clue here. Yeah, I'm testing 6 versus 3. It is -2. We succeed by 1. We don't get to trigger Lucky Cigarette Case, unfortunately. So now we have Blaze of Glory. Your fear nemesis can't be allowed to hurt more innocents. With Dr. Armitage's help, perhaps you can stop them. First triggered ability, spend 1 clue as a group, deal 1 damage to an enemy at your location. And action resign, you flee the burning campus. This does not provoke attacks of opportunity. Objective, if the Servant of Flame is defeated, advance. Okay. So I will first action investigate this location with second sight. We need that clue. And now I'm committing prestidigitation for this test. Actually, I'm committing Jim Culver for this test. So we are 7 versus 4. Elder Sign. I'm thinking, do I want to take the second sight back after this? No, I'm not. I'm just getting the clue. And we are using Olivier to move freely here, so this enemy engages us. We will spend this clue to deal 1 damage. And we will use the Cosmic Flame to fight, committing the prestidigitation. We are 7 versus 4. It is a tablet, -3. If you fail by 2 or more, draw the topmost copy of fire. We don't fail, we'll spend 1, we'll deal 2 more damage. That should have been a damage, not a doom. We still need 2 more damage, and we can do that with the Cosmic Flame this round. So let's try that. Yeah, I think I succeeded by enough in the investigation, but I forgot to trigger a lucky cigarette case, which is fine. I think we can do this without. So we are using the Cosmic Flame to try to defeat the Servant of Flame. So we are 6 versus 4. -2. That's just enough. We'll use the last charge on Cosmic Flame to deal 2 damage. So we defeat the Servant of Flame, goes into the victory display. And we get to advance. A flame-dosed, your nightmarish pursuer reels back, clutching both hands to their head, as if trying to pry their mask off. The sound of sirens in the distance grows louder. You turn to see a gaggle of terrified students rush past you. When you turn your attention back to your flaming nemesis, they have vanished into the thin air. Resolution 1, page 4. So, we get the resolution 1. Mayhem unfolds as dozens of students work together to fight the raging inferno. Your mind races with a flurry of questions. Why are you? Who was your pursuer? What did the hooded figures patrolling the campus actually want? And where is your friend? Dr. Armitage places one hand on your shoulder, startling you. If we hope to find your friend and their kidnapper, we must leave now. I'll explain everything on the way. You look at the students fighting bravely against the blaze, and then at the head librarian. You could stay and help, but it would cost you precious time. In a campaign log record, the investigators defeated their masked pursuer. Choose an investigator to become the bearer of the Dr. Henry Armitage story asset. Add that card in that investigator's deck, ignoring deck building restrictions. It does not count towards that investigator's deck size. Each investigator earns experience equal to the victory X value of each card in the victory display. Each investigator earns 8 bonus experience as they reflect on the events of the night. The investigators must decide, choose one, stay and fight the fire, proceed to resolution 2, or there is no time, we have to go, skip to resolution 3. Well, I think I'll help this time. So, resolution 2. Your eyes sting from the acrid smoke as you work hand in hand with the others to quench the hungry flames. You manage to hold the flames at bay until the Arkham Fire Department arrives on the scene. With the situation under control, you hasten to meet up with Dr. Armitage. In your campaign log record, the investigators at Miskatonic University. Each investigator earns 1 bonus experience and suffers 1 physical trauma from the burns they sustained while fighting the fires. Proceed to scenario 2, Smoke and Mirrors. So, we received 4 experience from the resolution, 2 from Servant of the Flame, and 1 and 2 here, so that is a total of 8 experience we received from this scenario. So we will do some upgrades to the deck, And then we will head into the scenario 2 of Brethren of Ash, which will be Smoke and Mirrors. And that is the scenario we are playing next time. But that went pretty well. I'm quite happy how this deck functions, even though there are not that many choices in the core box for deck building, but still some choices to be made. But yeah, that is the scenario. Hope you guys like this playthrough. Thanks for watching, and until next time.